Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, joining you one day before the FA Cup final. Arsenal versus Chelsea at Wembley coming up on Saturday. What a massive, massive game it is for Arsenal, not just in terms of winning the trophy for a 14th time, already the record holders with 13 FA Cup wins under their belt, but also in their last chance to try and qualify for Europe. Failure to do so will be the first time in 25 years Arsenal have not been in European competition, which really you can't even imagine given the success and the longevity of Arsenal's run in Europe, be it in the Champions League or the Europa League. But that's what's at stake for Arsenal going into Saturday's game at Wembley. As I spoke about yesterday on the last video, it's about transfers, it's about money, it's about finances, it's about so much. Just a huge occasion for Arsenal at Wembley. And I just thought I'd come on here. We've just been speaking to Mikel Arteta, just done a press conference now ahead of Saturday's game, so I thought I'd just run through you a couple of bits. One main bit of news from that regarding Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's contract, which I'll get to very soon. But I just wanted to go through team news ahead of tomorrow's FA Cup final, say what I'm expecting the 11 to be, not saying what it will be, but what I'm expecting it to be. Team news wise, obviously no Shotran Mustafi, real blow for him. The second FA Cup final he is going to miss. Also missed the 2017 win against Chelsea at Wembley. He has now had an operation on the hamstring injury he sustained against Manchester City. Had that on Saturday and not expected back in full training until October, so he will miss the start of next season as well. Real blow to Mustafi. I'm sure if you've seen the tweet he put out, or his messages on social media, he talked about his disappointment, but also about his now his focus purely on getting back fit and as quickly as possible to help next season. So bad news about Mustafi, better news about Hector Bellerin. He is back available and fit. Obviously missed a game against Watford last weekend with a bit of a tight calf, but he's fit now, back in full training, so he will be available to play against Chelsea. Bert Leno as well, also back in full training. He hasn't played since that injury in his knee against Brighton, just back at the start of the restart really. But he is available, but he won't be playing. Emi Martinez will be in goal tomorrow, but Bernd Leno could well make it onto the bench at Wembley. So team that I'm expecting tomorrow, like I said, I'm not saying this is going to be the team that Mikel Arteta picks. It's just a predicted team that I'm kind of expecting tomorrow, that I'm sure a couple of you won't like, because I'm sure you'll be expecting Bukayo Saka to start, but I don't think he will. I have a feeling that Mikel Arteta is going to go very similar to the team that beat Manchester City in the semi-final. So I'm going with Emi Martinez in goal, a back three of Tierney on the left side of the three centre-backs, with David Luiz in the middle and then Rob Holding on the right of that. So once again, a back three for Arsenal. Then on the left-hand side and the left wing-back role, I'm going for Ainsley Maitland-Niles again, just as he did against Manchester City, where he played there and played fantastically well. I wouldn't be surprised if Mikel Arteta goes for that as well, just to try and shore things up, add a little bit more defensive steel to his side against a very good, strong Chelsea side who attack very well down the flanks through Pulisic, Willian, team players like that. So I'm expecting Arsenal to go pretty strong, and maybe in terms of defensive side of things, and maybe try and really plug the gaps, certainly down the wing. So I can see Ainsley Maitland-Niles playing again on Saturday. So he's my left-sided wing-back. Then obviously the midfield pairing of Granit Xhaka and Dani Ceballos, and then Hector Bellerin, providing he is fully fit, will be at the right wing. Will be on the right wing-back role at Wembley, I'm expecting. And then obviously the front three pretty much picks itself in Aubameyang on the left, Lacazette as a central striker, and Nicolas Pepe on the right. So that's the team I'm expecting. I'll just run through it quickly again there. Martinez, Tierney, Luiz, Holding, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Granit Xhaka, Dani Ceballos, Hector Bellerin, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Alexander Lacazette, and Nicolas Pepe. That's the team I'm expecting. Playing, everyone else on the bench. Saka, I expect to be on the bench, will come on, possibly make an impact in the second half if needs be. But as I said, I kind of feel like Mikel Arteta, he wasn't giving anything away in his press conference today, but I kind of feel like the success that Arsenal enjoyed at Wembley against Manchester City in the way they played, I just feel like he might well go back to that sort of tactical setup against Chelsea. So in terms of what Mikel Arteta had to say today in his press conference about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, quite interesting. I thought he was asked, is tomorrow going to be his last game? Does he think that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will be playing his final game for Arsenal at Wembley? And he said no, categorically no, I don't have those thoughts, which a lot of Arsenal fans will want to hear. So Mikel Arteta certainly believes that Aubameyang will still be around next season. What was quite interesting then, he said, don't forget he still has a contract here with us. We want to keep him and do it more long term, But at the moment, he is with us, and I think he should be really proud of where he is as well. Interesting, I thought, from Arteta. I've not really heard him speak like that about the whole Aubameyang situation before. Normally, it's just been, he believes he'll stay, he wants him to stay, says he wants him to stay at all costs. But it just felt a little bit like that was the first time he spoke about the contract and the possibility, really, of keeping him next season, even if he doesn't sign. It was just a little message, I thought, of don't forget he still has a contract here, which obviously has 1 year left to run. Everyone's expecting him either to sign this summer or be sold. But I just thought that was the first time that Arteta really raised the possibility of Aubameyang staying next season, even if he doesn't sign. Whether the hierarchy will agree with that and will agree to basically let him run down his contract and go on a free if he doesn't sign might be another thing. But certainly I thought it was an interesting comment from Arteta on Auba. It was the first time he's really raised that scenario. He also was asked about whether sort of lifting the FA Cup would help Aubameyang stay, not just because of the trophy, but the actual feeling as a captain to go up there and lift the trophy himself. Something that Arteta's obviously done. Won the FA Cup twice. He didn't actually lift it in 2014. Thomas from Ireland did, even though Arteta was captain that day. But he did lift it with Per Mertesacker in 2015 after the victory against Aston Villa. And he said, absolutely, I think that a strong link that with everything that you want to experience as a player, the fact that winning a trophy helps you really believe and feel, wow, I want more of those moments as well. If you're wearing the armband and you are able to lift that cup, it is such a moment, and that is going to help for sure. So Arteta clearly hoping that actually getting his hands on the silverware, if Arsenal beat Chelsea on Saturday, will help sway Aubameyang's decision one way or other in terms of whether he wants to stay at Arsenal. Whether that does, we'll have to wait and see. That's something for after Saturday and after the cup final, but it's certainly going to be the topic that runs throughout the next couple of weeks once Wembley is out of the way. That was pretty much it today. Just a really short, sharp video just to bring you the team news, bring you the immediate reaction from Arteta's press conference. I mean, Arteta also spoke plenty about just what it's going to be like at Wembley. Talking about his previous experiences of winning, playing in the game in the finals against Hull and what that was like, and how it's going to be different without fans at Wembley. And it is going to be different. It's going to be a really weird feeling. The semi-final was the weirdest game I've covered yet behind closed doors. Just Wembley so vast and having no fans in. But the final itself, I watched a little bit of the Arsenal-Chelsea game from 2017 this morning. Arsenal.com put up a sort of watch-along with some of the players involved, Xhaka, Bellerin and Holding. It was great, but just seeing that and the fans, the celebrations when Rambo scored the winner, I just thought, God, it's going to be so weird tomorrow at Wembley with no fans in the stadium for the cup final. It's going to be the weirdest experience yet, but this is the world we're living in. Please do, if you haven't checked it out yet, please head over to my social media accounts, either my Facebook or Twitter, which is at Charles_Watson. Check out the interview with Emi Martinez ahead of Saturday's game. Really emotional interview with Martinez, talking about how he arrived more than 10 years ago as a scared teenager for Arsenal. How he never let his belief drop that one day he would be Arsenal #1, and now how on Saturday he's going to be stepping out at Wembley in the FA Cup final. Really good interview with Martinez, who's such an absolutely top bloke. Delighted for him that he's got this opportunity now, and the way he sees this opportunity, and you can just see how and read how much he's looking forward to it. So please do head over to my social media accounts. I've tweeted the link to that story. Head over there and then check everything else on Goal. We have all the previews, all the build up to what's going to be a huge game at Wembley tomorrow. Arsenal versus Chelsea FA Cup final coming up.